Hello and welcome to Becky's Crafts and Goodies. Now today I'm going to show you how to make a notice board, but this one is a little bit different because I'm actually going to make it to be a bow holder. So I'm making this for a friend of ours, and I'm just going to jump straight in and show you how I'm going to do it. So this little cork board came from the range, but you can buy these in so many different places. I think it was around about a fiver or something like that. You do get these little pins with it, but they're not really in keeping with the design that I'm going to do, so I'll just throw them away. So you just start with your little cork board like this. So you need to make sure it's the right way round. In this case, it hasn't got a back, a top or a bottom, so that'll be absolutely fine. So the next thing we need to do is to get some wadding. Now, this can be bought from eBay. It can be bought from Dunelm. They sell a big roll of it. And what you need to do is to put your cork board down like that, and we want to measure it. Now, when measuring, you need to allow enough to pull around the actual padding itself, or wadding. So what I'm going to do is just cut a little bit more off. I know I'm slightly out of camera here, but what I'm doing is I'm just taking a little bit more off one side. Okay, so I do need some, but I don't need too much, and if I have got too much, I can just take some more off again afterwards. So I'm just going to do exactly the same on this side, and it will pull a little bit. You have got a bit of room with it, and this wadding's good for little snowy scenes as well, because it's often used in the fake snow. Okay, so you've got a little bit around the edge there, and what we need to do is to pull it round and tack it to the back. Now, to do that, I've got one of these staplers. Now, they are a little bit feisty, so make sure that you are an adult before you're using this. Don't let the kids do it. What you need to do, let me just pull that down a little bit, is you get your wadding and you pull it over the back and just staple in the bottom like that. So you just pull it along, staple, and the staples just go in there. And when you come to a corner, you'll need to fold it. So you just kind of fold it in. But remember, where you're putting staples now, you won't be able to put them again in a minute. So when you cover it in fabric, you'll just have to bear in mind, sorry, I think my arm was in the way then. You just have to bear in mind where it's going. Okay, once you've gone round that, what you need to do is to trim off any excess wadding that you have. Right, so I've just done that, and what we need now is the material. Now, the little girl that I'm making it for loves pink, so I'm going to use this pink material here. So to do this, we need to pop the material along the front just to check that it's how we want it to look. And as you can see, now we've got the wadding at the bottom. It's a lot spongier and it's a lot softer. So I'm just going to fold that, sorry, turn that back over like that, and then start to fold these bits in. Right, so we need our little staple gun again, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull up the fabric over the wadding, but what we want to do is to sort of fold it in so we create a real tidy lip. Can you see there that you've got no jaggedy bits, no fluffy bits hanging out? So you just get your staple gun and you do the same thing there, and then so you want to go in between the staples that you've done previously. So I've got one there, so I'll put this around about here, but please be really careful with your fingers with these staple guns, because they are lethal and they won't think twice about going through your finger. I haven't done it, touch wood, but yeah, That would be a very big ouch. Okay, so again, fold it in, hold it with your fingers either side. But please don't let the kids do this bit, guys. I know, I'm telling you, I know you know. I don't need to tell you this, do I? Okay, and then pull it around the other side. And we're going to do exactly the same thing on this side. So I'm just going to go around this with the staple gun, and I'll be back with you when I've done it. And all you do is go all the way around, and on the corner, when you get to the corner, just fold it in, do like a nice little neat edge on the corners as well. Okay, so I've just gone and covered the whole lot there with the fabric, and as you can see, I've just kind of folded the corners in just to make it nice and neat all the way around. Now this one doesn't have a bit on the back to hang it, so what I will do is put some ribbon to help hang the board up. So I'll do that in a second as well. So this ribbon that I bought here came from the range, and it was from the pound bins that they have there. You can use kind of any ribbon that you want, but what I would normally do if I'm making a notice board is I get the ribbon and bring it, let me just bring it over here a bit, and bring it across in sections like this. And then I would do like a crisscross that goes again that way. Okay, that's what I would do in that instance. This time, what I'm doing is I'm making it for bows to hang on. So I'm going to do it slightly different. But underneath, I am going to put some of this ribbon here, just purely for decoration. But I just wanted to show you, you know, how you can do it. So I'm hoping it will pick up on camera there. So you can actually staple this, or you can glue it. It's completely up to you. So you start by measuring out the bits that you need. I'm just going to do that now, and you will probably wriggle them about and move them, etc. But this really is for decorative purposes. This isn't, you know, needed for anything other than to make it look pretty. And it is quite thin, but I thought that the effect would look quite nice. So I'll just cut another little bit off there. So if you're not making it into a bow holder, then this is what you'll need to do for the actual notice board itself. Okay. Right, and then once you've done that, you need to crisscross the other way. I'm hoping it's picking it up because it is quite thin. So you get this. And I haven't got any pins down here. Normally what I do is I have some little, you know, the sewing pins just to use, and then tack that on. And that makes this part a lot easier to do. Again, like that. And we'll just do one more here. And as you can see, we're making a little crisscross kind of design. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is secure this in place. I'm just going to lift it up to the camera just so you can see a little bit. Can you see there where it's all sort of crisscrossy? But it is a lacy design, so it does look quite pretty. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to secure this down and be back with you. Right, so I've just fastened the back here all the way along with the ribbon. Now, if you are just making a notice board, then I would suggest using some darker ribbon like that. So normally what I would have done is use ribbon like this so it stood out a little bit more, but the ribbon that I'm going to put over the top, I want that to stand out more than this ribbon, but I'm still going to do the same effect underneath. So for this part, what you need is a block of wood so it doesn't damage your table. You need a little nail like this and a hammer. I also have some of these pins and clips here. These are like the split pins that you can get. So you need those as well. So all you have to do, just get one of those ready, is make sure that your board is underneath. Put your little nail over the top, just over the cross where it actually meets the other bit of ribbon, if you see what I mean, the cross part there. Get your split pin, put a hole in, get your split pin and push that in, and as you can see, as you're pushing it in, it kind of gives that kind of little cushion effect. And all you have to do is open the little split pin at the back like that, and you won't see that part. So that's that bit done. And then every part where it crosses, you want to do exactly the same thing. Okay, so you just get your little nail, go through, pull it out, get your pin, push your pin in, and just kind of spread out the back there, and that's that other one done there. So what I'm going to do is just do all of these and come back with you. Okay, so they're all done. I don't know if you can see there. So now what we're going to do is to cover these little pins. Now, covering wise, you can use buttons. They work really, really well. I've also got some flowers here. These are Wild Orchid Craft flowers. They would work quite nice as well. I'm just going to have a look in my little button stash and see what I have. Okay, so I've got this little box here, and looking through it, I think these would go really, really nicely. So let's just pop one on and see what that looks like. So all you need to do is to just cover that. Can you see that there? I think that would be really pretty. So what I'm going to do is get my glue gun and just put these little flat backs over the top of the pin. So you just want a little dab of glue like that and pop your little flat back over the top. Can you see? So you're just covering the hole there. You just want it to look nice and finished. You don't want there to be sort of, you know, bits sticking out. So I always find that by just covering them over like that. But if you haven't got flat backs, then buttons will be absolutely fine. Or as I say, you could use those flowers. But because this is going to be for bows, I don't want a flower on there because it will puff it out too much, and I might have a bit of the ribbon. It might need to go over it, so I want it to stay pretty flat if I can help it. So just pop that on there. Let's get another stick of glue. I do need to buy some more Wild Orchid Craft flowers actually. I haven't bought any for quite some time. That's kind of my little treat when I get things from there. There we go. That one on there. And just these last couple. Now, if you are just making a notice board, all would be left to do now is to put something on the back to hang it up, and then you would be completely finished. But as I'm making it as a bow holder, then I'm not done. So let's just close that up and put that over here. Now, this little girl does cheerleading, and she has lots of cheerleading bows, but she doesn't really have anywhere to store them. So I came up with this little idea for her, and Mum asked me to make something, and I came up with this idea. Hopefully it'll work. Now I wanted it like this so it looked nice when it was hanging in a bedroom, and I thought that this thick ribbon would be great to start and hang the bows on. So what I'm going to do is just have a measure now and see. Now I'm thinking maybe I could carry on all the way down so she can hang some more bows all the way down. So I'm just going to have a play about and see where the ribbon fits and see what looks sort of best according to my eye. Okay, so I've just measured it out here. And what I'm going to do is, I think 3 strips would be quite nice. And what I'm going to do is just get my glue gun. If I can just pull this down a little bit, hopefully it's still in shot. I'm just going to stick the ribbon to the top here just as a guide because I don't want to lose where I've placed it. So just stick that down and that one as well, like that. And then exactly the same thing, let's just pull it in shot a little bit more. I've got the glue gun plugged into an extension lead, so I can't pull it too far because it won't reach. So I'm just going to put a little dab of more glue down the bottom just to hold it. And what I've done is I've cut the ribbon long so she can put bows after the holder so they can carry on. And I'll get a bow actually and show you what it looks like. Actually, I'm just going to move that along a little bit because that's not straight. Just make sure that's all levelled up. There we go. Okay, so I want to do the little effects, the same as we did before. So I'm just going to get my wooden block, if I can find out where I've put that. And I'm just going to pop that underneath there. I need a hammer and the little nail again. And then I'm going to go in the middle, again through, get a little pin, poke that through there, and do the same with here. So I'm just going to eyeball it so it's about level, let's say about there. Pull that out. Hopefully she'll like this. Push that in and just do the same on the other one. Right, so I've done all those three and I'm going to use some of the flowers from the Wild Orchid Crafts as well, just to put through the middle. I think that would look quite pretty. Let's have a look and see what I've got. I've got these sort of darker pink there. I've mainly got pinks actually, and then there's that one there. And I think I might use the darker ones because I think they look quite pretty. So to do that, you just need to cut off a little bit like that off the stem. And glue, all I do is bend the stem over that I've just cut and get my glue gun. Pop your glue on the middle there and just pop your little flower in the middle. Do the same with that. Fold the little stem over, bit of glue on like that. And the same with the third one. There we go. Okay. So that's the middle bit. So this bit here is designed to clip bows on there, so they can kind of go on that little bit, and all in there too. And at the bottom we've got the tassels. I'll just move that bit of wood out of the way. We've got the tassels so she can carry on and put bows along the bottom and clip them on there. But we need to do something with the bottom because I don't think it's very neat. So I'm just going to turn that over, and first of all we will make sure that they are level. So I'm just going to get my scissors and I'm just going to do the little points like that. Now on the back of this you can actually put a sheet of paper over the back to hide these as well if you want to, but nobody really sees that bit, so it doesn't matter too much. So what you can put a flower on the bottom, but I think it looks nice just like that. I think that'll be absolutely fine. So there we go, there's that bit. But what we do need to do is to put some ribbon on the back for hanging. So I've got this thick ribbon which should be okay, so I'm just going to turn it over again and measure out some ribbon to hang on the back. Right, so I've decided to use the thinner ribbon for the back, and I'm just going to measure it. Now I don't want it too loose, because if you have it too loose you'll see the the ribbon at the back. So I'm just going to measure it here and cut off a little bit, and then just glue it underneath. I could have really done this before. Just going to glue it on, and also use the staple gun just to hold it into place. Pull it along, cut it into size there. I think I probably should have done this before, but I don't think it will matter too much. A little bit of glue, and put that in there just to hide it, and then get the stapler and staple it in, and that will just hold it in place. So that is what we'll use to hang it up, but as I said, you can cover all this if you want to. I mean, I don't think it will bother her that much. And there we go, and that is the bow board done. So I'm just going to move the camera and show you it as it is. And there we go, Ebony is holding it for me. So we've got the bow board, and you can see at the bottom we've got the little tassels, so she can hang some extra bows on there as well, and the bows will just literally clip onto the thick part of the ribbon, and she can display them exactly how she wants in her bedroom. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you want to give it a go, let me know if you do try it, and give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.